Hi. I recently got into the hobby of aeroponics, and I discovered that there wasn't very much research or subject matter on the internet specifically pertaining to aeroponics. Most of it's dealing with hydroponics. So I built this system, and I'm a complete beginner. I have no prior experience in this at all. So this is a learning experience for me, and I figured I'd share the journey. So here's the basic setup. I built this over the past couple weekends. You can see that this is I think a metal halide light is the name of the light. It's a new type of lighting system that you can use to grow any sort of vegetable, not just vegetables that require low light conditions. And then the plants go here, like you've seen in most hydroponic systems that you've probably researched. Here's a 3-inch cup and the 2-inch cups, which are very tiny. And the plants go right in there. The root system goes down here. And at the very bottom is where the water goes. So I'm going to take this apart piece by piece and show you how the setup is supposed to work, how it's supposed to deliver the nutrient-rich mist, and how the draining works and all that. So the basic idea here is that we need to get nutrient-enriched water from the bottom down here. We need to get it in air form, or mist form, up into this section of the system. This is where all the roots are. Now the way I have this set up is probably not the best. I'm starting to regret a little bit of the design decision here. In order to get the water compartment out, I have to lift up this section and then pull this out, which is a little clumsy. So this is the inside of the main water container here. You can see on the top, this is I believe it's called a nebulizer or something like that. It basically makes mist out of water. It uses this disc right here, and it vibrates it really quick, and that's how the water is vaporized. The nebulizer has to have a certain water level in order to operate optimally. So I put it in this little container here, this little square area, to make it so that the distance between this top, or this disc actually, and the top of the container is a certain height. And that certain height allows us to generate mist at an optimal rate. This tube here, let's see right here, this is feeding just the regular nutrient water into this section so that this never runs out of water. And the reason that it's in this separate section here is so that the water level is always maintained the same. You can fill the rest of the container up with as much water as you want and just let it sit there. The only other key thing about this container is on the side here I have a water pump, which is driving the water through that tube up into the top. Now, in order to deliver the mist, the mist from here needs to be directed directly into this box in order to be effective. If it were to just float around over here, it would fall down to the side and nothing would happen. So in order to do that, I've set up a drain here. Now this drain, the nebulizer kind of sticks up into here, and the water level is above the bottom lip of the drain, so that when it's producing mist, it's trapped inside this container here. Now you'll see these two tubes, this one here, this one here. What that's doing is forcing the mist upwards into the rest of the container. This is a very large container, and if I didn't have that, the mist would only sit around at about this level. It needs to go all the way up into the rest of the box. So that system right here is pushing the air up into here. It's almost acting like a fan, but unfortunately I couldn't find a fan that would work properly. Now this is the inside of the box. You can see everything's lined with this black material. This is basically a big black heavy-duty construction-grade garbage bag, and it keeps the water inside the container rather than floating around out. I tried using a painter's tarp, but that didn't work. It leaks. So here's the only real thing in here is this drain, and you can see the two tubes that are going to be pushing the air up so that the mist circulates throughout the entire container. And then here we have the lid, which has the drilled holes with the cups in it. But the only other thing that's really significant about it is it's got this material here, and this is basically, I think they call it like weather stripping or weatherproofing or something like that. It's a basic home improvement material, but it's squishy, and I use that along with some metal hooks that I use to tighten up the seal. And then the final piece of the puzzle here is all these rungs that travel up. This is basically just a way to adjust the height of the light, so when the plants grow, I'll move the light up farther. So now I've just filled this container up with water, and it's just plain water right now. I didn't put any of the nutrient stuff in it because it's just for demo, and I'll show you how it works. So the mist is now being made right now, and even though the pump is still running, it doesn't matter because I built the container such that all the runoff is just going to fall right back into the bucket, and it's just going to be a continuous cycle. So now I'm going to show it to you all in place without the lid on. You can see that the water level is above the lip of the drain. So as far as this mister is concerned, this is a completely enclosed system. It doesn't connect with the reservoir below. Now this is with the mister on. And you can see how the mist just kind of collects at the bottom. And that's a problem. That's not what we want. We want it to raise up to where the roots are. So now if I plug in the air pump, you can see the mist go up. And as this thing runs, more mist will collect and the entire area will fill up with mist. I do wonder if this one head mist maker, they call it, is not enough. They have a 3-head one. I may end up purchasing that and putting that in place of the 1-head one. It's the same height as the 1-head one, so it doesn't throw off any of the dimensions. But actually, now that I'm looking at this right now, this looks pretty good. It might need to be thicker though for the roots to absorb the nutrients. But as I said, I've never done this before, so I don't know. I will have to find out. Oh, this is actually doing a lot better than I thought it was. So that's the basic setup. Hopefully it'll work. I'm going to keep making more videos throughout the entire process of starting seeds, growing them, and all that. So especially if anybody knows any better, knows mistakes I'm doing, please comment and I'll be able to read and learn. And we'll try out different suggestions.